a set-up appointment. So we got so much kickback from that that people were complaining that you weren't going to start anything till the beginning of the year. Well, we had 3 business days before the end of the year. And all it was doing, it was basically a meet and greet. We just wanted to get our new lawyer up and familiar with everything, that she could get started, and we could possibly have something for the planning for January, February, or even our meeting for February or March. So now we had to cancel that, and we're going to need to reschedule another meeting. Again, it was just a basic meet and greet for her to get started for the new year. It was not a public meeting. It did not have to be posted anywhere. It was an attorney-client meeting. Only one supervisor was there, so it did not have to be advertised. It was scheduled just 3 days before the new year, but there were so many complaints, so that's why we ended up canceling. There were some people here that wanted to even attend. And then they were complaining because we didn't publish that we canceled it, but it was not a public meeting. Also, the wet and dry conversation, making our township a wet township. It went wild on Facebook. And I don't know if anybody knows, well, it was said that people's going to have accidents going into Rudders and getting a 6-pack and going out. But I contacted Rudders. They are not interested. They are landlocked. They do not have room for anything. Sheets is the only one that contacted us that they'd like to. They have a beer cage cave, I guess it's called, and they turned it into a soda cave right now. So they would like to have it. I don't know if you're aware that you can sell beer in Conewago Township. We do have, it's on the zoning. It's a right to have a beer distributor, which we did have one for many, many years, and it was in the village of Stridestown. It was right along Susquehanna Trail. Now, of course, it went out of business quite a few years ago, and you can have that in a dry township because you're not consuming it on the premises. So what happens is, like Sheets, you can, if we turn into a wet township, yeah, they can consume it there, but it's so limited on how much you can buy that it's not going to be a problem. And people just go in there, they get gas, they get other things. They don't just go in there for a 6-pack. So, matter of fact, at Christmas, at New Year's, I wanted to make shrimp. My husband quit drinking. We don't have any beer. So, we had to run to the giant grocery store of all places and get some. But just because they have seating in these like Sheets, that it's considered a restaurant. So that's why we would need to do that. And the revenue we would collect from that, it's mercantile tax, and it would be quite a bit of money. It would really help us out, especially if eventually we'd have to pay for our fire protection. And also, people think I'm a power grab. They think I'm more powerful than anybody else here in the township. That's not true. The only power I have is being chairperson of the meeting. I have one vote just like anybody else. So as far as being powerful, I don't think I'm that powerful. I just like to have everybody get along. This year, the first thing I seen on the new year on the Facebook was, well, I had 200 pictures of a tractor and trailer going down the road, and I did block those. But the first thing, it was Happy New Year 2026. This is the year we take back our township. So I don't know, that sounds like a revolt to me. It sounds like somebody, what do you want to take back? I don't understand it. We need to communicate. That's what the problem is. So we don't need this fighting back and forth. We need to communicate, and it needs to be civil. So I ask you, please stop the name calling. We're trying our best. We have things that are in the works. We don't want to put it out there right now because it's so much controversy. But as soon as we get a little bit more set in what we want to do, and as soon as the planning gets back to us, we can't do anything until the planning gets back to us. They can do three things. They are recommendations, so they can recommend that they pass everything. They can recommend, no, we're not going to pass it. Or they can say, we have no recommendation, and we're going to turn it back over to the supervisors. Whatever it is, Brian can't vote on it. John and I are the only two that can vote on it. And we're really doing our due diligence. I went down to Virginia with Josh. We looked over some of the facilities. So we're trying to do the best we can. So, and we do need your feedback. We do need, but we don't need the name calling and the threats. And I mean, it just gets out of hand. So thank you for listening to me, and we'll continue with our agenda. All right.
Can I clear something up? On this Facebook page, there's been a lot of, there's so much misinformation on there. One thing I would like to clear up, I am a member of Strohnstown Fire Company. And yes, I do own a fire truck, and yes, I do lease it back to the fire company for $1 per year, which I never even received that dollar. But the reason we had to do a lease is so that it could be on the township or the fire company insurance. And I reimburse them 100% for that insurance even. It's $800 some a year. Everything on that truck I own personally. The fire company has no interest in that truck. Every dollar of fuel goes in that truck is out of my pocket, and all the time and maintenance on that truck is out of my pocket. So I just wanted to make everybody aware, because there's been some people on here that's saying I'm profiting from the township as far as from the fire company or the township directly on that, and that is totally false. And you can ask anyone on the fire company. That's really out of the township's jurisdiction, but the fire company oversees that. So I just wanted to clear that up too. We are 100% volunteers at the fire company. So everybody there, no one gets paid. So I just wanted to clarify that, because there's been misinformation on that.
And it's getting to the point where we probably are going to have a paid firefighting.
Well, we hope not.
Yeah.
And one day it's going to happen,
Yeah.
but we're trying to keep it.
Because the people that respond now, it's only about a handful of responders during the day, and they're all over 70 years old. And they're getting burnt out from all the years. So.
Yeah,
He's older than me.
I keep my fire truck at my business, for my business, but yet, well, today I responded to a gas leak down here, I don't know, 9 o'clock. If I'm around, I respond. So.
Yeah. And your response is quicker when it's up in the western road area.
Normally I'm right there, and I can get in the truck and go. So, and through the daytime, most of our guys work. So, and if they're not working, they're home sleeping because they got to get up for work. But so yeah, I just wanted to clear that up, because that's something that has really irritated me.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brian. All right. Now the appointment of positions. Derek, he's going to stay. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot.
I'll leave after I'll get to my part, and then I can try to make my other meeting.
And here's
It's okay.
Okay, Derek has actually 4 meetings to go to tonight. All the reorganization meetings are Monday night, the first Monday of the new year. Derek, do you mind? Do you want to do
You're in
it?
charge, Loretta.
Okay, let's just leave Derek do what he has to do there, so he can get to at least one of the other meetings.
Shooting for one.
Okay, go ahead, Derek.
Okay. Yeah, all I have on the agenda this evening here are some bond releases. Bennett Run, we received a letter from Kinsley. There were actually 3 bonds that they felt were outstanding. I went back through my records. We had already recommended release on 2 of those 3. There's a chance that the township never issued letters on those. So we'll check through that. That's my only.
What sections were they?
A and B3, I believe. So we can work that out. If there have not been letters issued on those, I can help you get those issued, but that action should have been taken probably beginning of 2024 to release those. So, anyway, there is one section left that we found that wasn't released, and that was Phase 2, Section B2. So that development is complete, I have no issues with that, so I'm recommending the full release of that bond from Bennett Run.
Okay. The full release of the Bennett Run
Phase 2,
bond?
Section B2.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to that effect?
How much is that for? Do we know?
Oh, I honestly usually don't put the amounts in the final release, John, because it doesn't matter.
It's not-
Because it's
So,
final.
I purposely do that to avoid any typograph, any errors that could have been made in the number, I just say release all of it.
Okay.
So that if some of the math doesn't add up,
Okay.
we're covered.
Are you making that, John?
I'll make a motion to release the final bond for the section B2 for Bennett Run.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Okay, the other thing is we have 2 reductions for work completed in Fox Run. The first is a reduction on Phase 1, and I'm getting my report here to get you the exact number. Run. Oh, there you go, John. I did have it in the letter here. $953,601 is what was remaining in Bennett Run.
Okay.
You're good with that number?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do Phase 1 of Fox Run first. I'm kind of reversed here. I don't see it in the packet.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
That's always his email.
Yeah, it's in my email. Apologize. I wasn't ready. Thought I had some time.
Yeah, these Monday meetings do come up quick.
I thought I had more time in the meeting. I
Oh.
thought I'd have at least 30 minutes that you got to me.
It's in your
Is
email.
it-
Here it is. It's in my
It's in the
report.
box.
I got it in the report. Well, the Phase 2 is attached. Phase 1's not in the packet. So from my report, Phase 1 can be reduced by $379,093. And that provides a remaining balance of $145,684. So Phase 1's reduction, $379,093.
379.
So we're good on everything for Phase 1 then?
Well, again, we're holding 145, that'll cover the final wearing course, the finish grading and seeding, the conversion of the basin, any streetlights that aren't in. But again, that section of Phase 1, the homes are mostly built and people are living there already. So we can reduce it down to those final items.
I'll make a motion to reduce Phase 1 for Fox Run down $379,093.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and then the reduction for Phase 2, that one is $301,708 is the reduction. Now, that one will have a remaining balance of $441,347.50. So there's still a lot more work to do
Yeah.
in Phase 2, but again, they're making progress so we can release the improvements that have already been completed and inspected in that section. So that number again is 301,708.
Okay. Who wants to make that motion?
I'll make a motion to reduce the bond, Fox Run Heights, Phase 2, by $301,708.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's it for my engineer's report. I don't know if there's anybody present from the sewer authority for the land development plan this evening.
I didn't see him. Oh, Linda, do you have anything?
No, Jake's not here tonight. He probably thought it was tomorrow night. But,
In talking with Jake, I know it's not really part of the critical path to get the LD approved right this second, so with him not here to answer questions, and since you guys haven't really had the plan presented to you, I prefer we table that until February.
Okay. All right. Did you have anything, Len, you wanted to add?
no, well, under planning and zoning here, it says sewer authority expansion. It's really not an expansion, not so much as a more like a repair. It's a,
Okay,
we got things that are happening with pumps and different lines and things like that. So as far as an expansion, more like a refurbishing, really. Anybody's concerned about Freedom Square, which is in my backyard, we're not gonna.
literally.
We're not, yeah, we're not gonna increase the sewer to cover that. Somewhere down the road, I heard that Ash said, we'll talk about it later, but no, we're not gonna talk about it later. Before we do any kind of expansion to cover his deal, why, we will be having some issues. But, no, Jake is, he's our engineer, and he has submitted plans for the improvements, let's put it, rather than expansion. So we'll be dealing with that at the end of this month.
Okay,
At our
all right. All right, thank you. Mr. Zander, did you?
I had a question in context, thank you. He mentioned refurbish, went to improvements, and I'm going to attempt to keep it at what he said. My question would be for the rest of the community, were these refurbishments, improvements, I'm just going to consider them synonymous for now, for the sake of this question, were they, whatever level that was considered being done, improvements to the existing sewer, would have they been the same amount of improvements recommended if no Freedom Square had gone in? Or are they because of the expected load and what it's going to do on the current system?
I can't talk for the sewer authority, but
No,
it seems
this
like it would
doesn't-
just be repairs for normal wear and tear.
This doesn't have anything to do with Freedom Square.
Okay,
This was in the works long before that.
okay,
Well, not long before that.
all right. Thank you,
And,
Mr. Combs.
yeah, it's not,
Okay. You're excused, Mr. Engineer.
I'll stick around for the third
Okay.
thing coming up.
See, you were just kidding
Make
with
sure you
us.
got a job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
make sure you want me back in February, then I'll start.
yeah, we'll see once if your name's on here.
Thanks.
Okay, appointment of the township positions, boards, and commissions. We have CGA Law Firm with Steve McDonald as our solicitor. Do I hear a motion for that appointment?
I'll make a motion to approve CGA with Steve McDonald as our solicitor.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the appointment of Andrew Harold as the zoning hearing board solicitor for 2026. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to appoint Andrew Harold as the zoning board hearing solicitor.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Appointment of the engineering firm of C.S. Davidson with Derek Renato.
I'll make that motion for C.S. Davidson with Derek Renato serving as our township engineer.
Okay.
I'll second.
And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now you're out of here?
I'm gonna
Well,
try.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Appointment of the township manager. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to appoint Josh Kopp as the township manager.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The appointment of secretary treasurer. We're going to leave that vacant. We kind of have some bad news. Miss Shanna is leaving us. She'll be leaving us on Thursday. So we will be putting out an ad for her position, and that's a secretary treasurer. And Josh, when's that going out, tomorrow? Next week? Okay. We're gonna miss you, Shannon. Don't start crying. Okay. And then at that point, we will be appointing a new secretary treasurer. Motion to recommend to the auditors that the treasurer bond be set at $400,000. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion to recommend auditor to set the bond at $400,000.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Appoint the public works director.
I make a motion to appoint Josh as the public works director.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Appoint township roadmaster, Joe. Oh, I said Joe. So, somebody want to make the motion.
I'll make a motion to township roadmaster is Joe.
Joe Smith.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And also the appointment of the office administrator, that position is going to be eliminated. With Shanna leaving, that's going to be eliminated. Okay. Appoint the administrative assistant,
I'll make a motion to appoint Benita as.
Anita Kaiser.
Kaiser as administrative assistant.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Appoint the assistant secretary treasurer.
I'll make a motion to approve Loretta Wilhelm.
And I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Appoint the zoning permit codes officer.
I'll make a motion to appoint Bethany as the zoning.
And that's Bethany Inman.
Yes.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Appoint South Penn Code Consultant as our township sewage enforcement.
I'll make a motion to approve South Penn Code Consultants as our township sewage enforcement.
And I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
I have a question, Melissa Meter.
Mhm.
Josh, you recently had a position for another or assistant zoning
For codes.
officer. What is the current status of hire?
It was not approved to go out until January 1st. I want to put that and the secretary treasurer at the same time.
So, but the job announcement already went out online, I thought.
It was out online. I was not hired, approved the hire until after January 1st.
Oh, okay. So you're still reviewing applications, or you're just waiting to make the announcement?
Unfortunately, Indeed, the wording is bad. You put officer, you get corrections officer. I put administrator, I'm getting administrative assistant. So it's a work in progress with that.
Okay. If you need any help with Indeed, let me know.
Thank you.
You're recruiting for a living.
Okay, thank you. All right, motion to adopt resolution 2026-01, setting the designated salaries. Now, these salaries are for the supervisors, and they need approval by the auditor, which the auditor's meeting is tomorrow evening.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2026-01, and that's setting the designated salaries.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion to adopt resolution 2026-02, establishing the user fees and charges.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2026-02 for the user fees and charges.
And I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion to adopt resolution 2026-03, naming the financial institutes for the township funds.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2026-03, which is naming the financial institutions.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion to adopt resolution 2026-04, establishing disposition schedule for records.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2026-04 for establishing disposition schedule for records.
Do I hear a second?
And I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, as you can see, Mr. Lagana, these are positions that have been for quite a few years, and we just had to go through it at the reorganization meeting. So it's nothing that we discussed before time, it's just administrative type work. Okay, motion to adopt resolution 2026-05, establishing the labor and equipment rates.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2026-05, which establishes labor and equipment rates.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion to adopt resolution 2026-06, named Yalfer. I always say it wrong. Yalfer Emergency Management Agreement.
Before I make that motion, can we discuss what that is so that the public knows what we're looking for in there?
Are you here for something?
Yeah.
Keisha has any questions?
Okay. Do you want to explain?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
And my name is Joe Madslin. I'm a battalion chief with York Area United Fire and Rescue, and I also serve as the emergency management coordinator for the townships that we serve, which is Manchester Township, Spring Garden Township, Spring Township. Been emergency management coordinator since about 2016. Manchester Township resident, been in this position like 20-some years. Emergency management basically is coordination of resources. Basically, when something happens in a municipality that exceeds the capability that they have to handle. So in the case of Conewago Township, it could be, say, a major snowstorm and they run out of salt and they can't come up with anything through the normal chains. Emergency management's job is to call around to try and coordinate that. If they need heavy equipment that goes beyond their normal equipment contracts, that sort of thing. Debris cleanup after a disaster, anything like that. So fortunately, emergency management services don't get used all that often. Most of the time, the municipalities are able to handle things on their own. The biggest reason for this is with the pending restart of 3 Mile Island. The municipalities are required to have emergency management services anyway, but there's going to be annual drills, either a tabletop or full-scale exercises for any municipalities that are within the 10-mile radius of 3 Mile Island, which obviously includes parts or all of Conewago. I think it's just parts of Conewago Township. The radius has changed a little bit with some things with the new plan that the state's coming out with. But they're required to have this, so it's hard to get volunteers for anything because of emergency management. Nothing is really done on a regular basis. I can tell you, we don't need to have that many volunteers. Our paid staff handle most of the emergency management functions. It's one of many hats that I wear as part of my job. And so this was kind of something that York County approached us because we already handle 3 townships. We're contiguous to Conewago Township, and they said, would you come to Conewago Township? We had some discussions with township staff, and it seemed to be a good fit. That's fairly low lift for us, really. We're gonna have to rewrite the emergency management plan just to incorporate Conewago Township as one of the additional municipalities. Be sitting down with township staff, make sure that everybody agrees the potential risks that the township faces, which really shouldn't differ from anything else. It's natural disasters, potential man-made disasters. The list is kind of the same for all of our townships. So we'll be rewriting that to incorporate Conewago Township. Pretty much that's it. I will just put in a shameless plug that we're always looking for volunteers. These are not positions that go out in the field. A lot of stuff is actually done virtually. We don't really stand up emergency operations centers anymore. We have a program that the state pays for called Web BOS. So we do a lot of coordination at the state and county level online. So if anybody has an interest in learning more about that, get a hold of us. I'll be around here. I won't leave until after the meeting's over, so I can give you my card, or you can reach out to these folks and how to get a hold of us as well.
Is that okay, Laura? So as you begin to look to incorporate Conewago Township into your emergency management plan, is this something, I know that you said you'll be talking to the board, but Loretta, is this something you'll also put out to the community to be able to participate in, to be part of that kind of review and education process?
Well, we did have it on our website that we were looking for an emergency management coordinator. As he said, we do need to have one by law. We have to have one. Our last one passed away, and we didn't have anybody that wanted to step up and do it. So that's why we thought it'd be good to join. Before we had, when TMI was active, what is it called now? Christopher Kane or?
Constellation Energy, Crane Clean Energy, I think it is.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's like 3 or 4 names.
Yeah, so
out
if you
there.
don't hear TMI anymore, it's Christopher Kane or Clean Energy, supposedly.
Was your question more toward the actual risk assessment part
Well, I
itself?
think, yeah, that didn't really address my question. My question was, you said that you were going to talk to the board about how you're going to incorporate Conewago Township into the emergency management plan. The board has said that they're looking for transparency and participation of the township, so I'll be a little more direct. Will you have a community meeting to learn about this and to offer input into how we will be incorporated into the emergency management plan?
We can always have a town meeting and have you come out and address that if anybody has any questions or anything. And once we get started, we can do that.
Might also help facilitate a volunteer that you're required to have if people know more about that and what all it entails.
Okay. We did have that before. Steve Tawney was the one that was our coordinator. And he's with the fire company, and that doesn't really work out for us because if he's a first responder and if something happens, he has to be there, so he can't be in two places at once. So we did hire somebody. We did end up, just to give you a quick idea, I'll get to you in a minute. To give you a quick idea, before, when we had Bud Staub, who was very good at it, unfortunately, as he was getting ill and passing, we did buy him a computer. We did buy a couple different things. Now, this company, this organization we're going with, we paid $750, which is, I mean, we can't even buy a computer for that. So we're really thankful that you stepped up and you're going to do that for us. But we can have some meetings. Larry, you had a question?
Yeah, so having been on that committee with regard to TMI years ago, up until a couple of years ago, every spring we would get together and sit down, all of us who were monitoring TMI with computers, and there was a person from the federal agency that governs all that sitting there rating us for what we did to make sure everything that we did was accurate according to what the federal government required. So it's an intensive kind of experience, but really worthwhile.
Joe, did you have a question? Or did you?
I was
Okay.
just saying, the website's fine unless you don't use computers.
Yeah, that's,
I mean, there's a lot of people, they don't do social media, they don't know websites, they don't know how to.
mhm.
So it's not always the best form of communication, I feel.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how else we would get the word out, so,
Your quarterly newsletter would be a great idea.
Like, how did we do it 50 years ago, 40 years ago? Word had to get out somehow.
well, 50 years ago, we didn't need coordinators, emergency management. We didn't need a lot of things we do now. You know, unfortunately, with the roads and with TMI. And so if there's no other questions, thank you. And we're glad to have you on board.
I'll be here.
Okay.
Anybody has any questions later?
Okay, yeah.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2026-06, the offer emergency management agreement.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion to adopt resolution 2026-07, the Canal Road Betterment Insurance documents. Josh, do you need to explain something there?
Well, the Canal Betterment Program has been going on since I started, and well before that. It's had a bunch of hitches, the bridge. The latest one was PennDOT requires a 4-foot shoulder along the road. At the cemetery, they could only get 2.5